Hello. So in this video, I'll discuss the few remaining topics in the electromagnetic spectrum, including infrared, ultraviolet light, X-rays, and gamma rays. So listen carefully and take notes. Okay?
Before we discuss the four remaining electromagnetic waves on our spectrum, let us first review our previous lessons on the three electromagnetic waves, starting with the radio waves. So we have learned that the radio waves has the least energy but has the longest wavelength. And also, radio waves are used for broadcasting because they can carry electric signals and transmit it to receivers such as TV and radio. The next is an electromagnetic wave which has the second longest wavelength. They are called as microwaves. Like radio waves, microwaves can also transmit signals, but they carry signals in greater quantities. That is why they're used to transmit signals for cell phones, GPS navigators, and the Wi-Fi routers that we have at home. Microwave ovens emit microwaves, but the microwaves that are being emitted by the ovens are being manipulated to produce greater amount of energy. Next is the visible light. It is the only electromagnetic wave observable by the human eye. When condensed or refracted, the visible light can produce seven light waves of different color and wavelengths, starting with red, which is the longest wavelength, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and last is violet. All of these colors, starting from red to violet, is arranged in descending order from longest to shortest wavelength. The next wave in our EM spectrum are infrared waves. Infrared waves are the most frequently produced wave by a charged particle because any object or material can produce infrared waves. Unlike radio and microwaves, infrared waves has a greater energy within it, which makes it somehow more observable than the first two. Because it has longer wavelength than the visible light, it can move at space unnoticeable by our naked eye. Still, infrared waves can be observed. They can be observed by means of heat. When an object has a high temperature, it can produce infrared waves with greater frequency.
Infrared waves by means of heat. Okay? So what I have here are matches. Also a candle. I will try to light up this candle with a match. Medyo matagal, ano? Sorry kasi bago pa yung candle. Ha? Alright. If I'm going to position my hand far from the candle, I cannot feel any heat. But if I'm going to move my hand closer, near the fire, the candle, I can sense, I can observe the infrared waves, okay, as it pass onto my palm. So guys, take note. Once an object reaches 500 degrees Celsius, it will start producing not only infrared waves, but also visible light, just like this candle. You can feel the heat, you can sense the infrared waves, as well as you can see the visible light.
Infrared waves are also used by thermal cameras. As you can see on the picture, the shaded or the colored part on the human body represents the area in which infrared waves are being emitted. Also, infrared waves are used for night vision goggles. The night vision goggles highlights the areas in which lots of infrared waves accumulate.
I will teach you a cool trick on how to observe infrared waves. See, what I have here is a remote control. Okay, you can use the remote controls for TVs, radios, air conditioning unit, even your cars, which uses that clicker thing. Okay, so Another thing that you will be needing is a camera phone. Okay? I would like you to look closely on the video on my phone. Right? So what I have here is my remote control. I will just simply press it. Can you see the infrared waves? You observe them as they move from the remote control out into the open space. Can you see them? So you can also try this trick at home.
The next electromagnetic wave that I will discuss are ultraviolet waves. Too much exposure to ultraviolet waves can cause harm to humans. It has greater energy and frequency than all other electromagnetic waves discussed previously. Though it is not visible to the human eye, it can be made visible once it reacts with an object which has the ability to absorb it. Most microorganisms cannot handle the energy stored within the UV waves, particularly bacteria and protists. That is why ultraviolet waves are good disinfectant. Ultraviolet waves are also used for lighting, especially for CFL bulbs. So here's how it works. Electric current flows through the gas inside the CFL. Once that the electricity reacts with the gas, it will start to produce ultraviolet waves. CFL utilizes ultraviolet waves because they produce greater energy than visible light. The chemical coating of the bulb has the ability to absorb the UV wave and filters it and condenses it as visible. The next electromagnetic wave in our spectrum are X-rays. X-rays, just like our ultraviolet wave, are invisible to our naked eye. But metals can absorb X-rays. X-rays are extremely hazardous to human health. That is why you are only given limited amount of time to be exposed under X-ray scanning.
Airports use X-rays for scanners to detect metals like firearms, knives, and other weapons that are prohibited by the airport. The reason we're able to see bones in X-ray scans is because bones are made of different heavy metals that have a glowing reaction. The last electromagnetic wave in our spectrum are the gamma rays. They have the greatest energy and frequency of all the electromagnetic waves. They are used to kill cancer cells in chemotherapy and disintegrate damaged muscles and tissues.
Gamma rays produce when the nuclei of an atom breaks apart due to excessive photon production. Once the particle gets stuck in an angle or a position in which it will get excited and starts creating photons, too much energy can cause the nuclei to split and create gamma rays.
Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave your questions on the comment section. And I would like to thank some of the people that helped me finish this video. Number one, to Miss Abinilia, to serve as the director of this video. To Sir Roquino, see, look at his face. Look at his face.
No.
And also to Miss Alandanan, yes, for being my light man.
Of the house, of course.
Yes, and special thanks to the Salandanan. Shoutouts nga pala sa St. Fidelis, kila Luigi, kila JC, Dayag, Sumaoy, and kay Contreras, magpagaling ka na. Ooh. And
Shout out si grade 9 ko, which is grade 10 na ngayon. So, wala pa kabait ng study ko. Yeah.
Sir Roquino, sup?
Yeah, shout out sa 10 St. Pio, at sa mga Junior Ice Club. Love you all.
Shout out to St. Seraphine, hello mga anak, and to the rest of grade 10. Galingan nyo and be more responsible.
And St. Conrad, woo! Number 1.